Hello my people, hope you are fine wherever you are, and welcome again to another video about a business strategy game. So I believe you are watching this video maybe because you are looking for business strategy game tutorial that's going to assist you on understanding what you need to do when it comes to BSG. And I believe maybe you are having difficult to complete your business strategy game simulation. And when you watch this video entirely, I believe you are going to get all the knowledge that you need to understand and also win the business game simulation. This video is going to tackle business strategy game year 11, but also we are going to offer a business game simulation year 12 through 20, and therefore kindly consider checking the video description so that you can access the link to other videos. If you might need someone to assist you in completing your business strategy game, kindly check the video description too, and you're going to access our link to WhatsApp, and you can easily communicate with us and you can assist. Before we start, the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to discuss the strategy that we're going to follow in making our decision. And in this video, we are going to do it differently because we are not going to use the global differentiation strategy. Rather, we are going to use the global local strategy. And this is because I can see most of the people are going to use the global differentiation strategy, and the competition is going to be quite difficult up there. So trying to find something different is very important because it's going to assist you to be ahead of competition. And when you go and read the business strategy game player guide, you'll see they have suggested that there's no any superior strategy. You can still use any strategy and you're going to win the game. Therefore, kindly consider going to player guide and try to read different strategies that have been provided and try to find which one is going to be suitable for you. But the most important thing is for you to go and especially starting from business strategy game year 12, try to understand how your competitor are making their decision, and when you have that information, try to come up with a different strategy that's going to differentiate you from the rest of the teams. So having said that, so let us go to our first section of our business online strategy game 11, which is compensation and training. And as you can see, we can only produce from two facilities. That is a facility in North America and also a facility in Asia Pacific. And the most important thing is for you to understand how different items are going to impact your company differently. So here we'll see that we are supposed to make decision for the base wage and also incentive pay, fringe benefits, best practice training, supervisory staff, and also supervisory compensation change. Okay, so first thing that we're going to start with is the fringe benefits. And as you can see, it's very expensive. And as we make changes, you can see from the left side of your screen and the projected 11 performance. You'll see when we reduce the fringe benefit, the net profit that we are running increased slightly. That can tell you that it's very expensive to maintain fringe benefits. So what we are going to do is make sure that I will reduce the fringe benefits to 0, and also we are going to reduce the incentive pay to 0 because the cost of offering those against the benefit, the cost is very high. But when we go to best wage, we want to make sure that we motivate our employee, and that's the reason why each year we're going to increase their base wage by 1%, because when you increase their salary, they're going to be motivated and they are going to work very well to produce even better shoes. Okay, and the next thing that we're going to do is a supervisory compensation change. We also need to motivate our supervisor, and that's the reason why we'll see we are offering them also a 1% base wage increase. And then for supervisory staff, we're going to maintain 40:1 ratio, meaning one supervisor is going to manage 40 workers in both the regions. Okay, so that's all we need to do for compensation and training for now. Maybe later we are going to come back and try to make additional changes, but for now what we have is just okay. Okay, so let us go to our next section of BSG 11 decision, which is branded production. So remember, we have said that we are going to use the low cost strategy, and this is the place where we are going to make those decisions for the low cost. So the first thing that we're going to start with is the superior material, and you can see in North America we have reduced to 20, and in Asia Pacific we have reduced to 10. And then the next item we're going to change is the TQM/Six Sigma quality program. And in North America, we are making changes to 2.2, Asia Pacific to 2.5. And still we have not met what we require when it comes to low-cost strategy SQ rating. So we are going to further reduce the superior material in North America to 12. And in Asia Pacific, we are going to reduce to 8. Okay, so you can see currently we have met SQ rating of 4.1 in North America and 3.5 in Asia Pacific. So let us reduce further in North America to 6, that is superior material, so that we can have a SQ rating of 3.8 in North America and 3.5 in Asia Pacific. And remember, low-cost strategy that we are utilizing, we are not going to go with the forecast, rather we are going to go with a high number of models, and that's the reason why we are increasing the number of models to 500. So the next section for BSG game simulation is the internet marketing, and in this section we're going to make changes for search engine advertising. And you can see in North America we are increasing the budget to 11,000. That is still small, so let us make some further changes. Maybe we can go to 16,000 in North America. The same we can do in Europe, Africa. Let us try 16,000 also in Europe, Africa. So okay, that is so much. So let us reduce a little bit. So in North America and Europe, Africa, let us try 10,000. And then in Asia Pacific and Latin America, let us try 9,000 each. Okay, so that's all you need to do when it comes to internet marketing. For wholesale marketing, let us change the brand advertising. So in North America, let us change to 18,000, as well as in Europe, Africa. And then in Asia Pacific and Latin America, let us try 16,000 in both cases. Okay, still in wholesale marketing, remember retailer support is very important. And that's the reason why you can see we're increasing the budget in North America and Europe, Africa to 6,000. And then in Asia Pacific and Latin America, we are increasing to 5,500. So this is going to ensure that we get many retailer outlets supporting our brand, meaning they are going to stock our shoes, and that's going to assist us to increase demand. Okay, now let us go to our next section of BSG, Year 11 decision, which is production facilities. And what we are going to do is first to buy new equipment, because the equipment we have currently is not enough to meet our demand. That's why you can see in North America, we are buying additional 1,000 worth of equipment, and in Asia Pacific, we are buying 2,000. These are the maximum that you can buy currently, because the production spaces are limited only to 5,000 in North America and 6,000 in Asia Pacific. Okay, so remember also we are utilizing, or we are producing many number of models. We need to reduce the production run setup cost, and that is option B. That's why you can see we are selecting it in both the facility in North America and Asia Pacific. And also remember that we are anticipating that we are going to have additional demand or more demand in future. And when you go to the business strategy game player guide, you're going to get some information about demand in future. When you use that report, it's going to guide you like how much additional spaces that you need to purchase, so that you'll be able to meet the demand that's going to be there in future. The demand is going to increase, especially in Asia Pacific and Latin America, and that's where you are supposed to create a new production facility, so that you can enjoy cheaper production in those areas and also avoid tariffs and transportation cost. And that's why you can see now in Latin America, we're purchasing 4,000 worth of spaces, so that maybe starting the next year, we can start producing also in that region. Okay, now let us go to our next section, which is distribution and warehouse. In this section, we are going to learn like how much you are supposed to produce and also send in different region, and from which production facility. So what we are going to do first, we are going to zero everything, so that we can get clear information about the demand that you are having in each region. So before we do anything, let us go back to wholesale marketing, and based on a BSG based strategy, year 11 decision, especially because we have selected a low cost strategy, we need to manage our prices well, especially the wholesale prices, to be concurrent with the strategy that we are following. And this works like this: if you are using low SQ rating strategy that is low cost, you're supposed to manage your prices very well, both in the wholesale marketing section and also internet market section. Because remember, when you increase the price, the demand is going to reduce, and also when you reduce the price, the demand is going to increase. So depending on the capacity that you are having, maybe if you have huge capacity and production equipment, you can easily reduce the prices because you are going to enjoy that huge capacity that you are having, and that means you are going to produce cheaply, and at the same time you are going to meet huge demand, and that's why you are supposed to reduce the price. So there are several factors that determine the kind of price that you are going to charge, especially when you are following a low cost strategy. So this section, we are back to wholesale marketing, and we are increasing the price a little bit to $50 in North America and Europe, Africa. We are going to do the same also in Asia Pacific and Latin America. So you can see the price is not matching. Like, we need to have at least 40% price difference between the wholesale and internet market price. And you can see in North America, we are having 34. So what you need to do, we need to go back to internet marketing section and increase the price a little bit in North America market and also in Asia Pacific market. So you can see in North America previously we had our price of 67, and now we are increasing to 68. Still is not enough, so let us go to 70. Also in Europe, Africa, let us change to 70. Asia Pacific 70, and lastly Latin America, all of them let us change to 70. Okay, now we can go back to distribution and warehouse, and you can see in North America we have a demand of about 4,907. And that's what we are supposed to meet that demand. So first of all, let us go back to branded production, and what we are going to do is let us go and increase pairs to be manufactured in 11 to maximum in North America and also in Asia Pacific. This means the likelihood of us producing private label is reduced to actually to none, because the capacity and production equipment that we are having currently is not enough to meet the demand that is required both for branded pair and also for private label. So in North America, let us increase to 6,000, and in Asia Pacific, let us increase to 7,200. So back to distribution and warehouse, you can see that our demand has increased further a little bit to about or more than 5,000. So that's why we are producing 5,100 in North America and shipping 5,100 in North America region. The balance we are shipping from North America to Europe, Africa, that is 270. So let us go to Asia Pacific facility. So in Asia Pacific facility, we are producing 3,500 and we are shipping 3,500 from Asia Pacific facility to Asia Pacific warehouse. So based on what we have currently, it means that the likelihood of us meeting demand is very low. And that's the reason why we went back to wholesale marketing, and we changed the price to 57 in our region. And this is because the demand that we are having, actually we are not meeting the demand that we are having. And that's the reason why we're increasing the price. So when you increase the price, and the demand is going to reduce a little bit due to the law of demand and supply. Okay, so back to distribution and warehouse. We are making changes in North America. You can see we have reduced to 3,800, and what we have in Europe, Africa, also we have changed to 1,570. And then further, we are making additional changes in North America. We are increasing to 4,000, and Europe, Africa, we are reducing to 1,370. Okay, now we can go to Asia Pacific facility. We are reducing to 2,600, and further let us change to 2,700. Okay, so from Asia Pacific facility to Latin America, we are sending about 3,000. So still we need to manage the prices. So for wholesale marketing, let us increase to 60 in all regions. So we have increased the prices further to 60. Okay, internet marketing price, we have changed to 85 in all region. Okay, go back to a branded production section of our business strategy game simulation. And this time we are going to reduce the number of models in both North America facility and Asia Pacific facility from 500 to 450. And this is going to assist us to reduce demand a little bit because we are having a very huge demand. All right, after that, go to wholesale marketing, and we are going to increase the wholesale price to 62 in all regions. And this further is going to reduce the demand so that we can be able to utilize our capacity fully and make sure that we end up with satisfied customers. Because we have increased the price for wholesale marketing, we also need to increase the price for the internet marketing so that they can match. That's the reason why we are also increasing the price in this section, that is internet marketing, to 87 in all regions. Okay, and so now we are done with that, so we can go back to distribution and warehouse, and we are going to change what we are sending from North America facility to North America warehouse. So we are going to change from 4,000 to 3,400, and then from North America facility to Europe Africa warehouse, we are going to send about 2036 units. And from Asia Pacific facility to Latin America warehouse, we're going to change. So let us reduce to 2,700. And then from Asia Pacific warehouse to Asia Pacific, from Asia Pacific facility to Asia Pacific warehouse, you can change to 2,350. And then the balance, which is 1,423, you can send to Europe Africa warehouse from Asia Pacific facility. Okay, still is not balancing, so let us go back to North America facility and North America warehouse. We can change to 3,450, and then in Europe Africa, so I'll make adjustment to 1986. So that's all you need to do in that facility, that is North America. Now we can go to Asia Pacific, and what we are sending from Asia Pacific to Latin America can change to 2680. And then what you are sending from Asia Pacific facility to Asia Pacific warehouse, you can change to 2330. And then finally, what we are sending from Asia Pacific to Europe Africa, you can change to 1458. That's all we need to do for distribution and warehouse. Now let us go to production facilities, and we can buy additional spaces in Asia Pacific of 2,000. So the next section is private label, and we are not going to do anything in this section because we do not have capacity to meet the demand in this section. When you go to the next section, which is celebrity endorsements, you can see we are spending maybe between 5,000 and 10,000 for each celebrity, depending with the average appeal index of each celebrity. But the goal is to try and figure out like how much your competitor are going to spend, because usually the system will award the celebrity to the company or the team that's going to spend more money toward that celebrity. Therefore, make sure that maybe starting from year 12, try to make sure that you try to bid your competitor, because by then you'll be knowing like how much each team is going to spend for a particular celebrity. Okay, so let us go to the next section, which is corporate citizenship. And usually we do not use the recycled boxing or packaging because it's expensive. But when it comes to energy efficiency initiative, we are going to offer 500, which is the maximum. And then charitable contribution, this time we are going to offer 2%. And then ethical training stroke enforcement, we're going to select yes, as well as improve working condition in both cases, cafeteria and on-site childcare facility for plant employees, as well as additional safety equipments and improved lighting and ventilation. Both of them are going to select yes. And finally, institution of a supplier code of conduct are also going to select yes. Okay, that's all you need to do when it comes to corporate social responsibility and citizenship. So let us go to a final section, which is finance and cash flow. So usually what you need to check is your financial condition at the end of year 11, because you do not want to end up with a negative balance, because that means you are going to get bank overdraft, which is a very expensive loan. So currently you can see we're expecting to have a bank overdraft of about 75,387, which is very expensive. And that's the reason why we're going to take a 10-year bank loan and also 5-year bank loan. So for 10-year bank loan, we're going to take 100,000. And then at the same time, we're going to repurchase stock maximum, which is 200, because currently the stock price is very low, and that means we can easily purchase them at a very low cost. And this is going to assist us to increase the return on equity and also the stock price in long run. So still, we have a positive number of 18,553, but that is not enough to cover us against emergency loan or a bank overdraft. And that's the reason why we are further taking 5-year bank loan of 30,000. And currently, you can see the background color of projected cash balance has changed from yellow to somehow a gray. That means we are better off against bank overdraft. And that's all you need to do when it comes to BSG 11 while using our best strategy, which is currently the low-cost strategy. Therefore, in case you have any question or you might need help completing your business strategy game, kindly reach to us via WhatsApp, and we're going to try to reach to you or back to you as soon as possible. That's all for today. Have a nice time.